Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It is so strange that we have such limited freedom as we have it, more than others, but the thing is, and less than others, but the thing is, you have your freedoms, let's say this much. This is what the government allows you to do. But then you get into let's say you get into a relationship. Then your freedom goes a little bit smaller because you have to, trade, you can't do things that you did before. Now you're married or you're in a relationship, intimate relationship I'm talking. Then you go to get a job somewhere. Again, more limited because you can't do certain things working for that company. Then your freedoms, are limited. Your decisions, you can't do whatever you want and so on. You have to pay attention. Then more. When you drive a car, there are the restrictions. I understand that one. But then you go and get into an organization as a member. There are rules over there. You have to give up some of your sovereignty over there and some of your freedoms. You have to follow the policies of the organizations and so on. And you get another organization, more rules, more rules, more rules. When are you going to have your freedom? When you go on the toilet. Not even then, because you're stuck to take that and you have to sit over there. So you're at that whim, your butt whim, or your whatever. So anyway, this is what happens when you get into an organization in this case. And that is when you go into NATO, when you go into European Union, your freedoms start being more limited, not more, less, because you have to abide by certain policies. That means infringing of your freedoms, and you choose that voluntarily, or you better come here or not, But I don't understand, for instance, Serbia wants to get voluntarily into certain organizations that would limit its sovereignty, and that is European Union, and that is NATO. But in the same time it wants to be with the Russians, because Russians are the only ones that really will jump to help them, if you want to put it that way. None of the other ones. So Reuters, the other organizations. Reuters, September 26th, 2022. EU, European Union, has serious questions as Serbia enters regular consultations with Russia. This sounds like there's a teacher and there's a child, a student, and the teacher has serious questions about those children talking together. They talk too much, and they're my children. He's my student. So I always disliked that as a kid as well, but you got to do it. So European Union that Serbia wants to be part of. What are you doing talking to Russia? Nanya, none of your business. Get out. Well, that should be the answer like Hungary would answer, but Hungary is already in the organizations as a Trojan horse, maybe the same with Serbia. Could be a Russian Trojan horse over there. The EU on Monday denounced a decision by Serbia to hold regular foreign policy consultations with Russia, saying the move raises, quote unquote, serious questions at a time when Brussels has told membership candidates not to continue business as usual with Moscow. So the teacher told the students, or the people who want to be the students, before they're students, so they're not even part of the school, they tell them, you should not do that. You should not talk to Jimmy because we say so. So be careful. Once you come here and you're under my leadership, definitely I don't allow you to do that. So good job. Russia's foreign minister Sergei Lavrov and his Serbian counterpart Nikola Selakovic signed a document on Friday dubbed a quote-unquote plan on consultations. Selakovic said that the plan envisaged consultations on bilateral and multilateral activities, though there was nothing on security policies in it. Serbian opposition parties criticized the document. Yeah, they don't work with for their country's interest. They work for the Americans' interest. everybody else but that. That's the opposition in a democracy. Even if someone might do something positive for the country, just because you are in the opposition, you have to look good. So you criticize that. If that's bad, you criticize it. If it's good, criticize it. It's bad, obviously you criticize it for being bad. But being good, you criticize it because you don't want that person to have, popularity, and then you're never going to get in power. So either way, you're going to have to be a weasel. In a democratic system, you got to love it. Do I love democracy? Not this kind, not the mass democracy that works in our free worlds or world. All right, so speaking to reporters, oh no, I got too far away. Serbia, which was bombarded by NATO, is that where I'm at? Yes. 2 decades ago, but now seeks to join the European Union, has long struggled to balance historical close ties with Russia against aspirations for economic and political integration with the West. They go to over there, they're going to be integrated in their vassal system, vassality. Speaking to reporters in Brussels on Monday, Peter Stano, a spokesperson for the EU's Executive Commission, noted that the new Russian-Serbian consultation document had been signed just the day after Moscow announced a mobilization for the Ukraine war and began to stage votes to annex territory it has captured. The Serbia-Russia agreement was, quote-unquote, a very clear sign about their intention to strengthen their ties, end quote, Stano said. And I'm quoting, and this is raising serious questions, end quote. The EU had been very clear, I'm very clear. Well, shut up, stick your clear in your ear. The EU had been very clear with countries seeking to join to seek that relations with Russia under current circumstances could not be business as usual, he said. Serbia has declared EU accession a strategic priority, which implied alignment with European policies, including on foreign policies issues. He added, hey, oh, wow, what a mistake. Did you catch that? Here, I want to make a comment, but I said, wait. They said here about this spokesperson, remember? So they mentioned that Mr. Peter Stano, a spokesperson. I was like, okay. And then they used the pronoun. It said here, it says here that after this, the UN had been very clear, blah, 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 policies, including on foreign policy issues. He added, sacrilege. Oh my God, why don't you say he then, the spokesman? Why did you say spokesperson and then you say he? Bad. We are taking this very seriously, and we are following this up. Again, he said. Bad. Who wrote this article? Let's see. Who's going to be in trouble? No name. Okay, you figured. Serbian officials did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Stano's remarks. Although Serbia has condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine at the United Nations, it has refused to join sanctions against Russia. And it also said that it's not going to recognize the referenda in those occupied territories because they got Kosovo. And Kosovo was taken by those European countries that they want to go into cahoots with, friendship, over there. They want to go back to the person who killed their father. Great. Good job. Well, maybe you go in there so you can be closer to your enemy. And in the middle of the night, you talk to your enemy, if you know what I mean. All right, so maybe that's what it is. But other than that, I think these countries can look at their options. That's one thing. But if you want to be part of that organization or European Union, and European has its I don't want to say standards, but I would say standards, in order for you to requirements, and you want to go over there, then you have to abide by them. Now, you're a weasel or what? I don't know, because you can't really be both ways. They try, those guys you want to go and knock at their door, but then you do something that they told you not to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have sympathy for Serbia. I always had sympathy for Serbia. Let's start with this one. So I'm, I don't have any, not any, but I don't have any, I don't like to talk smack about Serbia, let's put it this way. But you have to call it as you see it, and in this case is, what are you doing, which way you go. Unless this is done as a Trojan horse, going inside the European Union, being a NATO member, and do what Hungary in European Union does, or do what Turkey does in the NATO, then yes, I'm saying, okay, good tactic, very good, plan. But if not, you don't look good. But look for your national interest. If that you think going to be in your best interest of your nation, do it. I mean, they will not listen to me anyway, but just saying, I agree with you guys. Go for it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.